Hi everyone, you are on my channel Blythe Me More and it's me Oksana. Well, in this video tutorial I will show you how to put the eye mechanism back to assemble our doll. First of all, let's have a look at the ready customized eyelids and eyelashes. So if you're interested in this design, I have two video tutorials about how I decorate the eyelids. And well, also I have a video where I'm talking about the eyelashes and the sizes. So here I've chosen white ones. As you can see, I have changed the original eye chips with some fantasy ones and some regular ones. If you want to purchase the fantasy eye chips for Blythe, Alice, or some creepy styles, you can find them in my Etsy shop, or you can contact me directly on Instagram. So now I'm going to put the eyes back into the eyelids, and no matter how many times I've done it, I still have a sample in front of me that I look at to put them right. Well, if you don't have spare eyes, you can just take a picture once you took them out of your doll, so to see how everything was, and it will guide you. Especially, it's important to have a sample in front of you once you're gluing some fantasy eyes where up and down is important. I never use any tools or sharp objects to deassemble or assemble back the eye mechanism, because there are chances that you can damage some parts of it or scratch by mistake. So it just, like, becomes a habit once you know where to push, and yeah, and then it becomes so effortless. So yeah, first of all, we just disconnect the eyes, and I usually put the right one first because I need it to sit in here. So then it's time for the second one. Let's put it back. So now the idea that we need to put it, so I just, like, pull it to this side and stretch it a little bit. Well, you can practice on some spare part, and then you'll feel that it becomes, as a habit, as I mentioned, and it goes effortless. Well, here for the video, I don't see it like very clear. That's why it took me maybe some extra effort. Next, before putting the ready eye mechanism back to the face panel, I'm actually going to attach the pull strings because I have ready ones and I always attach ready ones. So that's why I will start with this part. I have a very detailed video how to attach ready pull strings, so some parts I will be just not showing you in detail in this video. So basically, you are putting it here, and I always put the second one in this smaller hole, so yeah, less chances to tangle. As you can see, I've inserted the strings already, and if you are making them yourselves, I have a video about the principles I follow to make pull strings to be all right, and also I have a separate video tutorial how to attach ready pull strings to your custom doll. So some moments I will be skipping about, like, measuring the lengths and gluing the cords. Okay, so let's keep moving. Now our job is to tie the strings. So the one from the right, it goes in here in the down part. So we just insert, make a knot, and glue it. And again, you need to measure it the length you want if you're using the ready strings. Okay. My optimum length is somewhere knee below the knee, especially if it's a bit bulky charms. So when the doll is sitting, I can put the bulky charms on the surface, they'll be on the surface, not constantly pulling in the air. Okay, and at the same time, it's a nice decor. So for example, Alice can hold her key in her hands, but again, it's optional, and I know many customizers who prefer shorter versions of the pull strings. I have measured the lengths I need. I made a knot and I'll cut extra. As you can see, I've glued this part, okay, with some super glue. You need to be very careful because there are some chances that you may spill the glue on the ready eye chips or even around the eye, which will be close to impossible to remove. And it can happen that your fingers may be sticky and then you start touching everything around. So yeah, be careful. And now the idea is to glue this thread, which goes from right, goes to the top. Here I already glued the upper part, and make sure that the string attached, which is, you know, not in the middle or on the top, because I discovered later on if it's not attached right, then I have problems with switching my eye mechanism, the eyes, so it must look you know, down. Okay, and also the benefit of longer pull strings, especially the ready ones, then it's easier for us to manipulate and put the eyes back, and still we have distance to do our job because the string is long enough. Now it's finally time to put the eye mechanism back. I don't use any tools, okay, do not damage anything. So also make sure that your face panel is dry, because sometimes we can be impatient and finish it as soon as we can. Actually, I finished this face plate yesterday, so it stayed overnight, and now I'm sure that nothing will go off, okay, but at the same time don't put so much pressure or rubbing, okay, be careful and gentle. Now the idea is we're going to use our thumbs and pressure. We will put pressure a little bit to stretch the upper side of the plate, okay, so not too strong and not too gentle, somewhere in the middle, so it will make it a bit flexible for us to insert the eye mechanism. So I will be stretching a bit more and pushing this one inside. Okay, it went. Well, I have extra challenge of recording the video, so plus my fingers are all glued. Okay, but we have it, and this is the first time I see her with her eyes. And don't forget, once you customize it for sleepy eyes so she can fully close them, you need to shorten this bar, which I did. Okay. And if your eyelashes are really long and they're like stuck somewhere behind, it's better to use toothpick, okay, to just adjust them. Don't go for needles or anything sharp because it can scratch. I still haven't put the T-bar, but be careful also because your string shouldn't overlap, so it should be here, okay. And I just want to see her with different eye chips. Okay, now it's time to put back the T-bar, so it's this small thing. I already cut it short. Now it's time to put our T-bar in here, okay. And well, it's extremely important to make it of the right length, because if it's too long, the regular size that you didn't custom it, so the doll will be like gazing straight, but if it's too short, the eyes will not be switching. I also have a video tutorial, very useful, how to adjust and find the optimum length of your T-bar so the doll looks pretty. Once you put your T-bar, it's the time to see, but it should be with the pairs of eyes which looks in the middle, whether it needs to be shorter or not. So yeah, it's pretty good, maybe like 0.001 of millimeter. It can be slightly shorter, but yeah, I need to be very careful, as if it's too short the eyes will not be switching. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I will keep it the way it is. At this stage I'm going to put the screw back, okay, and here, as you can see, I separate them because it takes me time to figure out which one is the biggest, because the biggest goes for the T-bar. So I screw it in very well. We can give it a go. That's right. Okay, and now it's time to put the hair. You haven't seen it yet. This is the gorgeous blonde. So you see, once our pull strings are long, so it's like easy to work and put everything back. If you prefer shorter or short pull strings, then I don't recommend you the ready ones, because you'll not have this space to put everything back. So it's better for you to just finalize your pull strings once they're still without beads. Okay, so you'll put them again through all these holes here, and then you'll just put the beads, so like, other way around, but I prefer this way. Now it's time to put it all back, and we will put back the screw from here. Here she is so pretty. Here, don't forget that you need to untangle the strings, because yeah, it happened to me once that I didn't do that, and then I couldn't understand why the eye mechanism is not working. So don't forget, before screwing it back, we need our body. So here I already have the metal neck joint I use. With this neck joint, I need to make sure that it's not too loose, because the hair of the doll is heavy. So I just will make the final adjustments. So I don't need to open the head and adjust it after you close it. If you're curious how exactly I customize the back panel, I also have a video tutorial where I explain in detail how exactly I do it. Sometimes it's like more richly decorated, sometimes it's more like a minimal. Well, it also depends, once the hair covers all the back panel, so it's not like, that dramatic. But again, it's up to you. And well, with Wednesday, when her, braids are sides and the back panel is exposed, well, there I really love to decorate it more. Okay, and everywhere I put my initials of Blythe Me More and number of my custom. Now it's time for the self-tapping screws. You see, I have separate plastic bag because I separate them, as I mentioned. Well, it's not important left and right screw or the top one, because, well, top is easy to see, it's the smallest, and I start with it first. I will put it here. And be really careful, because once or twice I had my screw fell inside the head and I needed to reassemble it and take it out. So I hope it doesn't repeat again, so beware. So I screwed it back, and also, I prefer even to keep the same screws for the same dolls, although they are like identical from the factory. But sometimes I experience like some screws are a bit loose for the doll or too big. So just keep everything, that belongs to one doll, put it separately. I know it's a bit like a hassle to like separate and put the names, okay, but it's good for you. Actually, it's better. Like, I came to it gradually, and now it's also a habit. I always keep everything for one doll separately. I label, okay. Well, let's see, everything is all right. Well, this slight gap, it's not a big deal, okay. So the bigger one can be, noticeable, but this one is a perfect fit. And don't forget that once we're washing the hair, so the dome can also slightly deform. So, but actually everything is perfect. Everything is done, and now my favorite stage is dressing her up. So stay with me to look at her final look. atmosphere of the Wonderland. There is one more thing that you need to know about this Blythe Alice, made by Blythe Me More. Well, she was born today on 4th of December, and today is my birthday. So it's a double birthday. Happy birthday to me, and happy birthday, Alice. If you want to make this doll yours, just contact me directly via Instagram, or you can find her in my Etsy store. Both links can be found under this video, and in my accounts you can find more dolls that might be yours. Thank you for watching.